Oh, you're right. Look at that. There we go. It wasn't low, it was off. uh, I guess that's a form of low, isn't it? Um, so yeah, I mean, this looks pretty solid. I think your roughness looks pretty good on here. This seam, it looks like it's intentional. I'm gonna assume that's intentional. What is going on here? Man, it's one of those streams. It's one of those streams, guys. Happy happy Thursday. So that seam runs all the way down this. If it's intentional, I would really emphasize it so that it's got like a little bit of a bevel inset. Hi, Blue. There we are. What's up, Pro? How you doing? It's Friday in NZ. Oh my god. No coffee and gear messing up, dude. Thursday. Your roughness on this is pretty good. There's a lot of variation in it, which is pretty cool. In general, I think it looks fine, and I think if you were to redo the textures on it again, you'd just be wasting time when you could just make, more stuff. The audio was better before. Advisable. I advise you not to say that again. Hi, Madu. Let's see what else we got going on here. I don't have much to say on this because, looks good. Looks done. It looked done before, too. I actually can't tell the difference. Oh, wow. This image is really small, I think. Oh, no. I scaled it down. Whoa, that symbol, though. Okay, so propping in here. Man, looking real good now. Looking real good. Let's see what we got going on here. So the amount of props and the scatter on the side here is pretty good now. The stuff breaking up the open space in the middle is really good. This stuff here, delicious. That's freaking awesome. So this looks like it's a cable or a spline or something. I think this straightness right here feels very, it feels strange. Because, I guess if it's wiggling that much, you'd expect it to have a little bit more slack throughout that. This area feels a little odd. It looks like clouded. It looks like clouds in a mask for your roughness or something. Like it doesn't have a reason to it. Like I think if you want to put something up there to break up that surface, maybe like drips and stuff here, and then maybe using your AO and like screwing around with that to like build a clearer mask. And you have these nice little like bolt details here. Like maybe if you bring those out more, you can help break this area up some. Man, this has a very similar feel to the gates in the underground in Division when you're transitioning. Overall, though, looks pretty good. The pipe here, I would suggest maybe making like a mask that has painted value shifts of the red, so it kind of looks like maybe there was graffiti there once, and then they painted a red that didn't quite match. Maybe has just a little bit different roughness to it, so you get some breakup along this. I can probably just be in your roughness now that I think about it. You don't even need to do anything to your albedo. Just to break up this highlight that's going across the pipe. Overall, pretty sick though. This part's looking awesome too. And I guess I'm expecting it to be a little bit more dirty in your roughness, and then maybe a little bit in the albedo. You're close. Whoa. All right. That's a dagger. Let's go on to the next bad boy. Oh, part B. Oh my God, there's a part B. Right. Oh yeah, no, this is looking pretty good as well. Red, what's up, man? Bumby, how you doing? What a in work? What? Like work in progress? Got some glug? How much glug? A tad bit of glug? I don't have too much to say on this. Maybe this pipe still feels really forced, like following the wall like that. Because especially with Germans making this, right? Efficiency wise, just this doesn't, like, it's just too, you know what I mean? Like, they're just, that's too much piping for no reason. Glug. Oh, nice. I see some little, oh, I see. I see what you're doing. You're marking things that are a work in progress, so you're letting me know what's going to happen. What's out now, Bumby? Yeah, I don't have too much to say on this image. Maybe more propping around the edges and stuff. This also, like, whoa, that's creepy as all hell. These details right here look really, really flat, and I think they are flat. Those are big enough that they should definitely be modeled. Even this stuff here. And then getting some interaction between these, like you're getting a little bit here with the drips and stuff. Or just some aging around it. Oh, the glug is out? Oh, man, you fail. You fail. Oh, man, graffiti with the Secret Santa. So if you go over to the Discord, there's a Secret Santa form that Curious Antics got set up. If you join that, you will be raffled in to some secret Curious Santa action. Oh, let's see what else we got going on in here. Captain Cutter would love to hear some more in-depth crit now that this has been finished. So the dirtiness, I like the dirtiness up here. Looks like there's some coffee ring stuff there. It's strange how, like, evenly spaced out they are from each other, so it almost looks more like a pattern than... Unless it's supposed to be a pattern. I can't tell from that angle, maybe. No, it's coffee. Coffee action. Remember, no regrets. This is the guy that wrote that. He trades in Bitcoin. Always regrets. Always. The stickers, I guess, is probably where I would start, and like how they're tearing away. And the sticky note, like, just model that and give it a bit of a curve to it, or a curl, so it's like sticking up. Nothing is better than some extra detail where possible. These guys, I would maybe make decals out of them as well and just place them on. Having them torn up like this is usually pretty odd feeling. Especially this kind of scraped pattern here. It just doesn't, like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened. As far as the wireframes on the screens, I mean, I think you might be cutting your geo too low on these pinch points here, because you end up seeing the pinching in the screen, and you want that whole surface to be pretty smooth. That pack, though. Nice. In general, this is pretty strong, though. The overall kind of dirtiness of this material here, it feels a little odd to me. And then this text here feels tacked on versus, like, part of the geometry. Like, you're getting it a little bit up here and here as well. Maybe it's just because it's, like, so deep that the shadows on it are pretty dark. this the atom symbol, as well as it's interesting that everything is like pushed into the surface, but then this one's sticking out. Just a thing I noticed. That looks like it was done by hand, yeah. Pretty cool, though. It could use some more roughness variation. Like, I'm seeing the metal, which is good. I'm not sure what this surface is because of like how dirty it is and the way that the roughness, the highlight is across the surface. The keys look nice, and I really like the fingerprints on the screen as well. Hopefully that is enough info for you. Usually with coffee stain marks like this, trust me, this happens on my desk at work. They usually happen very close to the same spot. They're just kind of like placed, I guess, unless he's putting it up, you know, nice and high and he's never looking up there. Maybe it's off by a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Decided to make my bricks with the grout push out more, as they looked a little boring before. I'm unsure on how weathered they should be, though since it's an interior brick, but set in a post-apocalyptic garage environment, so any help would be great. I mean, this looks pretty good. These little dark areas feel like they might be a little too dark, and it might just be the light angle. Let me check here. Yeah, it looks like it's just the light angle. Is that your texture maps? All right. I mean, this looks pretty solid. You maybe a little less of the gap stuff going on here. Man, this chip right here is dope. I love that. It really looks like a fracture. Stooge, what's up, man? How you doing? Down here too, in your grout, right here, it looks like you're almost maxing out in your height range. So you might want to kind of level, like histogram scale all of your individual pieces, like the height for the bricks. Bring those into the range that you expect them to be in, and then bring your grout down so that it doesn't start to cap out here. I mean, that might be intentional too, because I'm not sure if it's capping out because there's a little bit of noise and stuff here as well. LV, dude, what is love? What is love? Thanks, man. 5 months. What the hell? Crazy. I've been doing that for 5 months. You've been subbed to me for 5 months? That's freaking crazy. What is love? Love is 5 months. At least. For subs. At least. Color-wise, looks pretty good as well. I mean, I guess we need to see it in context of the scene now, right? And then we will really know how it's fitting in. Let's look at these real quick. Yeah, so I think in your AO, your darkest areas, just bring those back. And I think when your brick goes into shadow, it won't look as dark as you're thinking it should. Or right now, it'll look too dark. Let's see if we can. So one way to test this stuff out. Whoops. What? Oh, right. We'll just copy this image. So what I can do is actually grab the just grab the green channel, and we'll turn these back on. We'll paste. No, what? No. There we go. So look, it's like we have a top light. What the hell? Magic. And then we will multiply this. So see what your AO is doing is like, let's assume that this is in shadow. These are getting pretty dark here. So just like taking the lowest range and kind of bringing those back. If you look at it here too. So before it was like that, and now we're going just a little bit lighter. So you don't want your AO to be too extreme because then it starts making your albedo black in shadow. Oh. Anyway, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Wait, what is... I think this needs to be lightened, actually. No, screen. There we go, overlay. It's doing it all wrong. So yeah, so in your height map as well, it's really making in your normals, the end result is your normals get really dark at high light angles. So you got to be careful with those. Oh, it looks cool though. Looks cool in some areas. And then your AO, of course. Rad. Rad. Okay, Andrew, dude, making pistols. Dude, crazy. So, this song. Sunshine is my destroyer. This is pretty cool. It still feels very gamey, I guess. Dude, having a scope on a pistol, that's freaking hardcore. I'll let that fly. That's cool. The grip feels really interesting as well in the shape. The intensity of the material here is a little, like the normal information there seems quite strong. But I'm pretty curious as to how you're building this stuff out, because that looks pretty, it's looking pretty cool. Oh man. How long before I notice? Abel. Half a year. Dude, 6 months? That's a month more love than LVGI. What is love? What is love even? Whoa. Whoa. Thanks, man. Hope all is well with you. Hope you're not working too hard. My first environment, still work in progress, made it in UE4 and would like any feedback. Anyways, I could improve. Let's see here. Oh, man. Okay, so this one is yours. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, you're already like... Okay, hang on. So right off the bat, you're doing pretty good with colors. Are you overlaying your... Man, that's pretty close if you're not. So one thing I would pay attention to that's in the actual scene is the scale of stuff. Let's get a color that'll pop. Man, this scene's cool. It's got all types of colors going on. So the scale of this, right? So like, let's do that. And then this one actually cuts under and then goes down. So you see the size of that one, and then yours are just smaller, I guess. And it might just be a scale thing as well. Man, this scene is cool. So I think a lot of it's going to come down to, man, I don't even know. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, it's blown me away. It's crazy looking. I love your approach to your leaves. I think you're following the shapes pretty well. Right now, I think yours are a little too saturated. Like, one thing you can do is if you go in here and just sample like all these, oops, sample these guys, paste it, bring this back. Oh man, it's close. So you see like there's actually a little bit of blues going on in there too. So if you go in, and I think you're going to end up getting the look you're going for. Like, just build the scene how you're hoping it'll look and try and get it pretty close. And then I think color grading is actually how you're going to get this look, because there's certain colors that are happening in the mids and lows that are making it possible to look like this. Let me see if we can. I mean, I can't color grade from here. But you see how like more blues tend to happen? Like in here, it's like a blue-gray in the shadows, and your shadows right now are quite dark. It's like if I brought this into Lightroom or had Instagram, you could go crazy with it pretty quickly. And I know you can do it in Photoshop, but I don't want us to sit here and kind of tweak through that. But yeah, I think just taking this color, maybe like behind, do that, and then if we use the clipping technique, and then your highs just need to be lower and bluer. Yeah, and the volumetric fog is really going to help with that as well. There's some shading that's happening on the leaves here. You can see it along the edges here. And you could probably just do that in the texturing. In the texture of this, because it looks like it's just a flat color. Just get some like shadowing in the albedo around the edges. Really subtle, nice and soft. See that these ones are starting to get more to like this. And then you'll need like these ones as well, which are probably more of these guys. And yeah, volumetric fog, like they're saying in chat, is really going to be key. The other thing I would say is the leaves back here, you're going to need some more shape variety in them. Like maybe make like 2 different types or 3 different types of leaves that you can kind of scatter about. This approach that you're doing is pretty good. It just needs like some smaller ones as well. Like I wonder if I can wonder if this is possible. I don't know. I'll try this really fast and see if I can't get something out of it. So bring this one up, we'll hide everything, and then we'll select those guys. Sure. Oh man, no. This is not working out. Let's try it anyways. Okay. So by having a set of smaller ones, let's whoops. Oh, sick brush. So having this smaller like noise in there is kind of what's going to help, I think. Let me see if I can make it so they're not so. I mean, there's not really a good way to filter this through, but I think it gets the idea across that I'm talking about. By just having the smaller stuff in there, it's really going to help. Wow. That color scatter, though. That's cool. Interesting. Anywho, yeah. See, like getting that kind of noisy stuff in there is really going to help, I think, with the colors. Just make sure that the noise isn't too, like, intense. In the original image, actually, there isn't really any vines in there, and I think that's totally fine to kind of stick to that look. Just make sure to have the same kind of painterly, like, scatter. Like, see, there's these little green spots on the back wall. That kind of like, it's like speckled. Like this stuff. That speckly looking stuff. Just get that on your the wall material as well. And definitely pay attention to those gradients. Like you can see the color up here. Like the difference is it's pretty intense. Like see how like dark that is and saturated. Decals, you could do that with decals, yeah. You could do it with you could have that noise on like a height map that your threshold blending in on top of the surface, and then that height map can be masked out by vertex alpha or a mask that you're painting. So you can just kind of paint it wherever you want, because then you don't have to place decals everywhere. You can just let Substance Painter do it for you. Anyways, that's looking pretty cool. Just match your colors. Careful it looks like the stuff on the ground you're not really worked on yet. Like they're all like facing one direction. But yeah, it'll get there. I have confidence. This is pretty cool. Let's keep going. That's so artsy. Let me see. What's going on here. Brad. What? Nothing is working. Anywho. We're doing this. You saw it here. You saw it here live. Blended Marks. What's up, man? Pato, what's up? Lorg, how you doing, man? So what is most of the geo... Okay, I need to catch up in chat here. Redo the tree branches. Try and make the planes have more shape to them. I mean, I think the approach in that image is pretty solid. It just needs more. Just needs more. You're talking about this stuff over here, right? Yeah, in the original image, it's pretty subtle back there. So I think these could actually like add more of the branches, make them not as dark, and then these leaves make those darker, because they're not part of the focus of the image, right? Oops. You see here, most of the focus is on this lit area, and everything else is kind of pushed back in space, value-wise. All right, so Mark C. A Mac 10, nice. I've held one of these. So, I mean, I'm not a gun person, just straight up. Right now, geometry-wise, this is insanely low poly, and where it is a bit higher poly, doesn't really need to be as high as you're doing it. The other thing, too, is like these extra loops here aren't really necessarily needed. I think this shape here is also inset. I would see if you can get some more reference. Oh, this is good. You've got a wireframe of it. That's interesting that you've posted a wireframe of it. I mean, I think you're heading in the right direction. It's just you need to think about like how these are all like for example the trigger goes inside, right? And there's a bunch of mechanisms and stuff inside of here. And right now it's just going into the face of that. So just building out those details. And then bringing emphasis to these guys. Like these details are really small in your model. You might even be able to scale those up, but definitely look at reference because I think you're missing actually a lot of information that is supposed to be here. And right now it's really blocky. Posted a day ago, huh? Hard ops, nice. Yeah, so I wouldn't even texture right now. Just try and lock down the shapes and the details and get the overall detail like on point with a real Mac 10, and then you can start looking at like building the low poly and baking out all that information. The hard part's knowing how to build all them shapes, you know. Hopefully that's helpful. Tweak some parameters in the materials, added some more assets between the hologram table and the desk. The second and third image shows more of the space behind the hologram table. Nice. Ah, you added some noise to the scene now too. Oh, the information that's happening on the ceiling is pretty interesting. There's like a different roughness information up there. Nice groundwork. That's pretty cool. This could use some more polys. It's just really like jaggedy. With how like chaotic the scene is, like with the stuff everywhere. Like if there were little panels and stuff on the wall, like this guy, if those were popped open and some of the drawers are open and papers sticking out and stuff all over one of these screens on the ground. 40, what's up, man? Yeah, see you said the grip on the mag is too thin, yeah? See, I don't know. Like I need to look at reference to see that stuff. That's why reference is so important. These tables are also really straight. Like angle the tables a bit. They've been bumped. I like the chairs tipped over, some drawers open, some stuff everywhere coming out of the drawers, papers on the ground, maybe some blood, I don't know. Something. You know? But like some of this the detail on the walls and stuff is looking really nice now. These cables need a lot more geometry, and they actually look like they're skewing where some of the areas are thinner or wider than others just with the way they're skewed. See, this is, oh, excuse me. This is cool. The keep clear being popped open like that. If there was more wires, dude, I would love to see just more wires in general, like going across the ground and stuff. Tilting tables. It's pretty awesome though how much you're doing with so few propping, or like so few props. Wish Unity had splines. Eh. Let's see here. I mean, that'd be cool. Splines are cool. They're useful, man. Ross, hi everyone. This is my first art post here. It would be great to hear your thoughts. Nice. Ross, that's some detail. Look at those details. I'm gonna just drop that in chat. Unreal splines are hot trash. What? Dynamesh, what's up, man? How you doing? How's your buddy Decimation Master? Mother of God. That's good. So this the noise on the fabric I would probably just avoid and just concentrate on the larger details here. Just because that noise you can get you wouldn't want in your bake. You'd want that in like your materials tileable. Dude, that sacks. Overall ornament detail though is pretty freaking sick. Dude, look at all of them. Just that's pretty cool, man. Dude, 3D sculpt I've been working on based on the favorite film franchise, Harry Potter. Speaking of Harry Potter, Reed, I think you were working on a Harry Potter scene, weren't you? Overall, it's pretty sick. It's just ZBrush and Maya. Damn, son. Damn. Pretty sick. This area here feels a little warpy. I think so. It looks like you're sculpting all of this, which is that's pretty hardcore, man. Some little tips for people that are trying to sculpt like that. Like if you turn symmetry on, oh right. The move, let's do that first, and then let's turn Dynamesh on. So if you turn Dynamesh on, is it too low res? No, it looks fine. So, BMV for move. You can move stuff around, right? Whoa, this is like turning into a bat or something. But the, where is it? The spiral, I guess BSA. You can do some pretty, if you keep your mouse or your brush where you want it to be, you can do some pretty good. You see it? You see what's going on here? Like maybe you'll need you just Dynamesh again. So then you get more geo, right? And then just be really careful with how strong, like if you need to, you lower the intensity and you can do it a little easier. So the other thing is you don't want it spiraling like that. So usually it works outside really well, and that's about it. Right, and then maybe Dynamesh again. Some other things to think about are things like, where are we at here? The trim dynamic is going to be really good for getting like those harder edges. Like if you need to then lower the intensity quite a bit. Oh man. Lazy mouse if you need it. And also keep in mind I'm doing this with a mouse. The other thing is the spiral. If you hold down Alt, it will spiral the other direction. So you got that one going this way. If you do this one with the Alt down, it'll spiral the other direction. What was that brushed in? Or din brush? What? Spiral. Is that the one? See, if you start like doing weird stuff, it gets weird. But if you keep the brush pretty still, you can, dude, look at that. For reals. That's freaking crazy. Anywho. Then if you squish this down, you can tend to get some more like ornate details that are much easier to work with. Looking like a squid, looking like something. I don't know what, but yeah. And then I think you could use like inflate to do some spheres. So if you needed to, you can do like sphere insets. And then something like that. Anywho, yeah. Some stuff to think about. So it's kind of like how you can get these swirls much easier. Din chips, the second best flavor of Lay's. That's very good. This is pretty sick though. It's really impressive. I like it. Where are we at here? Would love some feedback on this. That's pretty, it's a lightsaber. The hilt. The Din brush. The Din brush is just the chipping. This one, Din chip. It's not even this one, yeah? What is going on? What is happening? No, there's all types of weird stuff going on. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. There you go. That's the chipping stuff. Cool. So this looks really dark. Base color, all right, all right. Metalness. Okay, so that, if this is all metal, like anything that's metal, just make it pretty white. And then your roughness, I guess, I mean, nothing looks too out of place. It just is really dark. I think it might be the environment that you're using. Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, textile density is nice. Wireframe, yeah. I think oh, that's interesting. Wow, this viewer is getting crazy. I think it's just you need a better environment to reflect your material. Din flakes, din puffs, din beef. Wow. Lord Dinner. I think Lorg won that one. Yeah, I think it's just dark. As far as the material and surface information goes, the bake looks pretty good. Damage looks nice. It's not overdone. The details are big enough, so you're not like getting like I'm not thinking you need to bevel stuff more. Yeah, looks good to me. Looks good to me. It just needs a better scene to reflect the material. Oh man, Reed calling out people. Ross. What aspects in the scene do you think are most lacking? I'm not super jazzed about the trees mesh and bark. I think the ground could be a bit more detailed. So I saw you post this while I was at work, and I showed someone next to me. I was like, dude, look at this guy's stuff. It's pretty cool. I think the detail on the ground, I think you're right. The variety in the surface information is just, it's not separating enough, and I bet your roughness values along the ground are all pretty close to the same. Kylo Ren, der. Bruh. Oh, man. And Jay, you never run out, man. Yeah, I think the bark actually looks inverted. Kylo Dinder? Sounds like a horrible dating app. Trees back here look pretty, like this area right here looks pretty good. This area feels very unnatural. I think when it comes to your ground, it's going to be a variation in your roughness and your albedo. It doesn't feel pity or remorse, guys. Man, this song's dope, but we need to move it along. The Midnight, always a good choice. These guys feel super weird for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. Just out of reaction's sake, try inverting your green channel just to see if it looks better to you. I assume that's not the problem. It's just that it's giving that vibe that the green channel might be inverted. The breakup you have going on, like this stuff, like just scattering that about and maybe making your rocks a little bit darker from the, like the mud is not very saturated considering it's so wet. Dude, Lorg's always on a roll. It's like a bunch of Lorgs rolling down the hill. I really think that you should get some metal on this, some metal on this guy with some roughness variation, just so that it kind of is reflecting how you think it should. Minus the bear. Is that similar music? You like that, Chaos? Compositionally, it's really strong, though. I don't think you need to change your camera angle at all, so that's good. Shout out to London, UK. You got it, man. Shout out to London, UK. Back here could use some treeage. Ugh, that's not working at all. Yeah. Yeah, the materials aren't really separating themselves out from each other. I think you're totally on point with that. Man, I'm really trying to make this work, and I don't think I can. There you go. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yes. So everything behind, so right now you can see like there's this highlight here. I'd see if you can get rid of that, because basically it's pulling your eye to attach that to the this metal. So if you can like remove that, that would help you a lot, I think. I'll do that. I'm just trying to get some stuff going on back there. Dude, this is all mouse, guys. Like that type of breakup back there will really help like separate it and kind of push it into the distance, so that you can just look at this scene up front. you know what I mean. Like even back here, you could probably compositionally you just get rid of that. Probably. Let's see if I can. No. What? Clone set because the scratch discs are full. That's bad, guys. I'm like, are things recording? We're gonna close some things. But like, yeah, like that. You don't need stuff back there. See, now it's like even more so focusing on this. Like you could even like you want the side of that tree to be in the same kind of range as that. Probably when it gets dark like that too, we need to desaturate a bit. So yeah, compositionally, you do that, you'd be in a good spot, I think. The sky back here, I think the sky is being broken up enough that it's not too much of a problem. We could try it. Man, this mask tool is just freaking crazy in the new Photopoo. Like it's just nuts. So like if we grab some of that. Oops, actually. We need to make sure it's happening on all layers and then go to the layer above. Maybe you have some trees peeking out from behind. It's magic. Yeah, you know what? Now that you've said that, it definitely is better. Yeah, it's better with that kind of masked out. But I like the direction of light is good. The shadows here, like these shadows just need some more definition to them so that they look like the leaves more. And then I think you're actually lighting wise in a pretty good spot. Let's do this so we can see the. Yeah, it's like see how much more the scene actually feels fuller now. Like just filling that in, that was a good call, man. Just filling that in really and filling this one in really fills up the scene. It makes it feel like there's so much more happening than there is. I mean, you could just dupe these trees like 10 times and just kind of cover that up. No, you'd be good. You'd be good to go. Maybe a gradient in the sky of the sky getting a little bit more blue as you're growing up could be nice. But in general, I think the scene is coming along pretty nicely. It just needs that refocusing, and then I would suggest working on this piece right here a little bit before moving on with the rest of the stuff. Let's see here. Barbarian. Oh yeah, I'm going to close some of these. So this is looking pretty cool. I have no idea what it is right now, but I mean, blockout wise, it's looking pretty awesome. I'd be super careful with over blocking out a scene. When I say that, I mean like blocking out so much stuff that you just have way too much to make. That being said, the scene that I'm working on for the stream is kind of a weirder, more special case, I guess. But if you want to get this done in a timely fashion, I would suggest scaling it back a bit. Because right now I don't know what the focus is. I guess it's this ship, or is it this building? Compositionally, it's difficult to tell. But that might not be the intention with this image either. So, Treasure Planet? Excitement intensifies. It's the golden box. Oh, get out of here. If it's the golden box, you're doing a terrible job of framing that. It's like, dude, you don't know. It's the golden box, man. Intensity. Excitifies. Ah! You want to make it shine? Well, I mean, you're going to have to make it real shiny if it's that far away. Some old artwork I was looking to improve was trying to create an old abandoned bumper car for an abandoned amusement park. I remember that scene, I think. Is that the one where I was like, is that fencing? Like the one where I thought fencing was like down on the ground, but it was actually like caging from the bumper cars. That wasn't that Chernobyl scene, was it? Either way, right now I think what you need is to triple or quadruple your poly count so that you can get detail where you need it, especially where these triangles are pinching and stuff. You should never be able to see triangles, see hard edges, and anything that would hint at it looking like geometry. That's exactly why normal maps exist and why we add as much geometry as we do. The next thing I would suggest is making the resolution of your material maybe double or triple. Well, I say triple, but that doesn't really make sense. So example, if this is like a 512 texture, I would suggest if you're texturing this whole thing on 1:0:1, maybe make it like a 1024 or 2048. Always author high res, and then you can scale back later. And then you're going to need to approach each material with a different roughness value. Right now it looks like maybe you're using, so it's marmoset, so I guess it's gloss. It's gloss values. So the glossiness of this material, think about this material versus this material. Where it's metal, you need to have metalness. And then making sense of where the paint is. Like back here, it looks like you kind of just were using some Photoshop brush to kind of mask stuff out. Yeah. I mean, I would think about how the paint wears away versus trying to just paint it out. Hopefully that's helpful, Buttery. Canu. My first environment. Would love to get some feedback on it. Sure, let's blind the stream first, and then we'll look into this. Props look pretty cool. Your phone is really missing some AO to make the little like holes in the dial pop. This seems like it's missing some ambient occlusion too. I'm not sure. It might be because it's got direct light on it too. So boxes look a little stiff. Maybe a little extra geometry to kind of bend them in and whatnot. These look pretty nice. Really like these. I love that the handles are modeled. Oh man, these are cool too. I mean, propping wise, I really like how many assets you have to work with. It's pretty cool. The bottom of this looks a little odd. I'm not sure. Oh man, I would love if this leather was a different color so that you can really tell the difference between that material and the wood. The roughness information between the two should probably be different as well. Nice. Canada. South Stands, what's up, man? How you doing? 303. Great to see you again. Give me a second here. I need to check something. All right. We are 2 subs away from the 50 sub goal. Just FYI. No pressure. No pressure, guys. I'm excited because once we hit 50, I'm going to add emotes to the stream chat. And anyone will be able to use them, even people who are not subbed. No offense to the subbers. The subbaroonies. If you join the Discord, your sub will give you a tag as well. And a secret channel. So I think the stuff I want to point out here is, like, especially with this table, the roughness variation or range in this one is lacking. Like right now, I want to see like either little metal pieces or like where these handles are. I'd love to see like some metal materials on it, just so that you get metalness, you get the roughness of wood, and then you get the roughness of this surface on the top here, which is also super clean. Maybe some aging on that could be nice. Maybe not. I don't know. I really like the aging here. There's a sub secret channel. There is on the Discord, yeah. Nothing really happens in there except picture references that everyone tends to take of different roughness examples and pictures of Maru. I think in general this is pretty solid. This bottle, scale-wise, looks a little strange to the phone, unless maybe that phone's pretty big. And pets, yes, people post lots of pictures of their pets in there. It's a very random channel. Oh man, Bob. 5 months in a row, dude. Gregors, what's up, man? We've got another, what is it? I started at 7:30. So we will end at 10:30. So you got another hour and 30 minutes. Is that right? That feels wrong. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Dude, thanks for the resub. Because it's a resub, it did not increase the value. You just locked in the 48 basically. Thanks, man. No, your support, everyone's support, super appreciated. Dude, your juice fix. What do you mean? Vape Nash? Vape Nash. And sharing dank memes. Man, I love this. This is freaking cool. Really cool. So let's look at this. Let's look at the scene. This is dude, this thing's crazy looking. I think some roughness variation in it to age it up a bit would really help because it's really saturated. And roughness wise, it looks almost brand new compared to the door and other props. When it comes to the scene, man, this is looking pretty. Those photos are way the hell up there, but this is super cool looking. Man, this really came along. You know how difficult it is to make a blank wall look fine? That's Vape Nation, y'all. It's pretty cool, man. I feel like, oh no, maybe not. I was going to say the carpet feels, the rug here feels a little bit busy, but I think it's okay. So scale-wise, some stuff is feeling weird. This door width versus these chairs. Like I would get a character in there and just stand him around and then fake him sitting down and stuff. What's the Discord? So the Discord, kind of like the grid, is this thing here. So this is our little community thing of stuff and things involving art and learning things. The goal here is to get better at doing what we do and getting work in the industry. Dude, it is super hard to make a blank wall look good. Like this breakup here is doing a nice job of getting that kind of detail going on. These little subtle gradients and stuff in the shadows, man, those shadows look good. Look really good. Man, they're so soft and kind of subdued, but still there. Discoloration on the wall is a real thing. Someone asked you how you were doing the other day and you just had a nice little chat. Dude, that's awesome. That's the community for you. This is pretty sick scene though. I like it. Maybe some of these frames here. But other than that, I think this is looking, yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, the bookcase. So the shelving or the molding around the top usually doesn't go all the way around. That way you can get a bookcase pretty close to the wall. I guess you kind of can't because of the molding on the ground, but you can get it a little bit closer if that's not there. Oh man, Marcus, dude, Subaruni tier 1 subs. Thanks, man. All right, we're close. Yeah, 49. I need to get a counter on the stream. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm excited. Basically, I'll pay $5 a month, and we'll have the ability to have up to 25 emotes on the stream, and I'm slowly going to upload the ones that we've created on the Discord that are unique to our community. Get those on there. Hot sauce, man. Hot sauce. Hype intensifies. Pretty cool, man. The scenes, yeah. I just feel there's still areas that feel blank for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe like is there a trash can in here? Oh, this is a cool shot. Dude, you could put a super sad story here. Put like a photo of like a girl from a different time and like maybe like his ring. Super sad. Bringing it down a little bit. Bevel emote is coming. I have an idea for how to make an emote that portrays Bevel. Solid though. Solid stuff. I would even like put that lamp here just so you get some objects close to the screen, maybe doffed out and stuff. Like this. These guys are floating, I think. And freshly empty cup. Oh man, Lord, that's rough. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, this is a cool scene. Oh, that's cool. So wait. Wait, what? Okay, I go down here. Sorry, panning like crazy. This is the only nighttime shot we get? Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Oh, man, Daily Dreams. Gifted a sub to... What? Dreams. Giving dreams. That's crazy. Holy cow, that is super cool. Oh, it's right here? Awesome. That's really interesting. I don't think oh man, it's so much more compelling. Like this back area is really dark now, which is kind of strange looking. I think the walls maybe are too bright. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure why these are like all three of these should probably be in the same post. Anywho, moving on. Solid scene. It's only 1 month, so enjoy. Nice, dude. Dreams giving dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams. And we are indeed at the 50 sub mark. I will, after the stream, I'm going to look into getting the first emotes in. Post link, please. You got it. Hang on here. Boom. Skaboom. You don't have permission. Did it tell you what is going to happen to you? I think it tells you. Right here. When you join, you get this message. Welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself and have a great time. Winky face. There's a server help info and an announcements channel. Announcement channels where I'll say like when I'm live and stuff, or if there's something important to be said. And then a moderator will remove the welcome role shortly so that you can chat. And soon you shall chat. It looks like, yeah, you got the Nomad tag now. You should be able to talk. All right. What's next here? I'm sorry. SVVAT and nice, Bob. Thanks. I had to cut it off here. Willie is a ninja supporter, so I've got to grab this one. Let's see here. Yes, we are. My first time Steam Critique, so I built a main section, have a few inconsistencies. I have 2 reference pics and a video. Just want to know overall feeling and your thoughts. Oh, man. Okay, so what do we got here? So there's that. There's the video. Oh, man. Okay, here's the model. Those brightness. I mean, overall, already it's looking pretty solid. Where are we at here? Photoshop. I call on you, Photoshop. Ninja supporter. They're basically the peeps that are under have joined the 5-week mentorship. So if I do this, man, it's going to be a little noisy. I apologize. Maybe I need to. Let's see if I can find a good. Okay, so if I move this around and I scale this so it's relatively close. Might have to do some skewage. Anyway, if you notice, after all this, man, it's not like 100%, but see the tops of your arches are here. We'll just grab this. Oops. I'm gonna do this now. So I'm going to grab this one and then paste it, hide that. So you can see your arches, like the pillars are pretty close based off my kind of rough skew, but your arches need to be bigger. If I do maybe something like, so those need to be up there. And then if that's the case, then this detail actually needs to lower as well. And then get like, so of course I'm skewing everything and it's kind of an abstract concept I'm trying to paint. But yeah, if you see the size difference, right? And it might just be the camera and your FOV. So like, I think making those taller is going to help you a lot. Let's see what else we got here. Because I mean, see, like in this concept, you're not even seeing above here, so you don't even have to technically worry about that upper area. Like this, all this stuff up here. Just try and get all of your details kind of matched in scale. Like this area too is like it's like an arch. Whoop. It's like arched there, and then it goes down, and then across, and then yours is just a circle, and then it goes into this detail, where that detail is actually after this arch and drop. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it goes down to this, which is going like that. So that ends up being lower as well. So just check your scaling on stuff and try and match that, because it'll be really important, especially if you like try and get a character in there or something like that. It's going to be really important that the heights of those match, or else it's going to feel squished. But that's initially, I think that's the only thing that I'm noticing. There's a video too, huh? What's this madness? Oh man. What? Dang, dude, this is like the best reference to be able to build something that's freaking awesome. That's pretty epic. Oh, that's interesting. There's photos or paintings on the wall. And they're all little stories. That's freaking cool, man. Yeah, you'll be able to get a lot out of that for telling you like, they don't even have the pictures in here, it looks like. That's heavy. She said, guy liquefy? Like, oh! Liquid. Overall, though, it's looking pretty cool. This looks like it's a fun little thing to do. Oh, man, Axel. Dude, it's been ages. I'm trying to finish the one. Any suggestions? So I'd be careful with your contrast, and right now your trees look miniature. Like, they look small. I think it's the leaves, or like the little pine is really like tight, I guess. So it's mipping out and becoming solid really quickly. Other than that, I think I would put just a few props out here. Like, are those bottles there? Maybe like a tire iron here. I mean, I feel like it's pretty close to done already. Contrast wise, it's really contrasty. Just as a FYI. Creatures, what's up? How you doing? What is going on? Oh man, I'm excited for those emotes now, guys. You guys made this possible. Whoops, I just bumped the mic with excitement. You ever bumped something with excitement? It's kind of weird sometimes. It can be awkward. Let's see here. Dude, look at that. So I masked out the areas that were the darkest, and then made the background behind it black, and you can't even tell That's crazy. So what we want to do, what you want to do is bring in colors into those areas. That are kind of relative to the image, and then darken it. And there's ways to do this in Unreal, just by like using the GI to kind of fill in the space. Yeah, so when it clips like that, that literally means there's no information in there. Like when it clips this low. Let's bring that back, and then we'll just. Overall, though, I think the scale is pretty good. I think this sign right here could maybe face you a bit more. And then I would look at the scale of these, of the gas. What are these called? Gas pumps. Right now they look really big by comparison. And then this door looks really wide. So like I would look at maybe like narrowing the door, maybe breaking the glass a little bit, the pumps, the gas pumps, scaling those down. And then yeah. Like I don't actually know it. I know what that is, but I think a viewer wouldn't know what that is from this distance. I think so you've got fog going on. I can see back there, like atmosphere. I think if you brought the atmosphere further forward, you could fill in your shadows a bit more with some color. Just filling in the shadows with your atmo or your fog. And it doesn't have to be really strong, just present, you know. Oh, what was I? 7, 8. We only have 15 minutes left. I was counting time wrong. We have 15 minutes left, guys. Let me make sure I get to all your guys' stuff. I was like, it feels longer than I thought it would be. We're getting there. We're getting there. A gun I did during the CGMA course with Ethan Hilly. Still needs a red dot sight, attachment finished, but I want to know what you think, specifically if you think the presentation is not good. Jut, dude, Jut. Thanks, man. 5 months. You rock. You rock, Purple Hearts. Oops. So this angle is a little close up. I don't think it needs to be like this. This angle is not very strong. This one's pretty strong. I might pull back just a little bit because of the gap here. And the gap here really, I like that they're equal. They maybe need to be just a little bit wider. But presentation-wise, I think this is a good. I don't think you need more than that. Maybe if you, like, see you have this line here, and you have all these lines, and they're pretty clean. If you were to take one of these shells and stand it up so that it breaks this line, that could look more interesting, I think. Acceptable vertice count for a character. It depends. Is it for a mobile device? Is it for AAA games? An indie studio? Is it third person or first person? Because those ranges will vary greatly. Like mobile will be pretty cheap. I don't know, maybe 100 polys. That's a good question for Matthew O, actually. Let's say third person AAA. Is the character customizable, or is it a one-off character design? This gun looks dope, by the way. I think roughness-wise, it's looking pretty good. This area is a little, material-wise, feels a little odd. These lines, I guess that's where it ends, right? When it's moving around. It's a little difficult to tell. Third person, AAA. Yeah, they get crazy. Like Bob's saying, for example, Son of Rome had 100,000 tries. Drake, yes, Drake was 120K. That might have been the cinematic model though. So to answer your question truly, don't worry about it. Just make it look awesome. And if you have geometry there, make sure you're using it. If you're not using it, then it's inefficient. And that's about it. 120K was in game. God, that's amazing. Yeah, hair cards and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know about this song. I mean, I hope that helps, because I basically didn't really answer your question. We kind of give you some ranges, but I just suggest making really cool looking characters and use the geometry that you need to in order to fulfill the look of that character. Soon finished, and the mushrooms are not yet final. I hope this looks good now with lighting, and thanks to Tristan for a big help. Awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's feeling good. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Where are we at here? So I feel like you're really close now. Compositionally, you've kind of lost like your center focus. Like, let's see here. Give me a sec here. Do that. Lower this down, just so we can do some breakdown of composition. So what you're looking at, is you've got this shape here. You've got this shape here. You've got this guy. And this path here. Those are the only things compositionally that are like drawing your eye. And what's making it kind of jarring right now is that like this post is almost like, I want to believe that that's actually the center. Look at that, dude. It's super close to center. Okay, so I would suggest moving this. Move the camera so that that light or the telephone post is either in this area or roughly in this area. That being said, I feel like the focus of this image is the bicycle. So I'm like trying to figure out how to best display that. So like right now you can see it's really close. It's really close to the camera, so it's kind of cutting off. You probably want to back up a little bit. Let's see if we can fake a backup. So you probably want to back up a little bit. That way you can finish the framing of this and have your little plants and stuff. Oh. And then the next thing you're probably going to want to do is, so like these wires, for example, are doing this. They're going somewhere. I don't see the next pole, which is kind of weird to me. But I would suggest getting another pole in the distance and then maybe having it go back behind the trees. And then cluster your trees, so like this group of trees here and this group of trees here. And that is separate, and then this one. So, and then take all, like you have these ones back here too. Take all those and separate them out. That way you can get some depth between your trees so that you get, your scene is just going to get way more like dynamic the moment you like. So like if these trees right here, so like this is the furthest forward of the backdrop, the telephone pole, then these trees are second. And then these ones are third. This one sits on the second with these ones, so they're kind of forward. And then maybe this one is second, and then these ones are third, which actually makes me think that these ones need to be like 4. So that way you get like, you get that depth in the background. That's going to be huge for your scene, actually. It's probably going to give you the most impact for your scene. And then if you can get those telephone poles, so like you get one back here and then maybe one back there that you can barely see, right? And then, yeah, centering, focusing a little bit more on the, I mean, I would try that and then pull your camera back so that you can see more of the bicycle area. And then let's see what that framing looks like. Hopefully this helps, as I drew everywhere, but I think doing that is going to be huge for your overall scene. I think so. Because right now it's very flat. We've got 6 minutes. How many more do I have here? 1. Okay, I am only doing this one. Because these ones, well, that one's obviously. Bling. I see it now, man. I see it. We can take this one if we've got time. I'm going to grab these really fast and actually do that separating. So you can see what I'm talking about. So this tree right here actually looks like it's pretty far forward because of the trunk. And then these ones probably. This is pretty hack cutout. Oh man, this cutout though. Especially if you get some low ground fog going on. Oh man. like, this isn't erasing at all. Kyle, what's up, man? Oh, I'm glad you like 1.8, dude. I'm super stoked about it. So these ones, actually, the shadows are too dark on them. So see how, like, how much more those are popping out? Especially if you take these ones. Where are we at here? These ones, erase the sky a bit. And then if we push these ones back here, even further back. Like, just getting that depth, man, it's sick, though. The scene's cool. And you're already getting a little bit of that separating. Just really, like, push it. I'm going to check Discord. It's Spunkyo. Kyle messaging me. Private messages. All right, Willie, let's check this out, and then we will call it done for the stream. Overall, this is looking pretty sick. Those details are super tight, maybe too tight. But in general, I mean, think about how this bakes out. Like, I would probably... I'd probably take these guys and make one of them and then push it into the corners of this whole thing. And then I would actually, let's see here. I mean, you can almost make this on a texture sheet and then just map it to these faces. Then these guys, you can make one of those and then place it at each corner. And then make this cylinder piece and place it at each corner. Man, I think that you could actually bake these details out with the alpha cutout and then place them on this surface, and you're good to go. Like, I don't think you need to make the whole thing unique. You could probably make a sheet that's got these details, right? All these details. And then this would be at the top of the sheet. And then you can just map them along the way. Because you could put these on, what are you saying? I think everything's copied over. I think that you don't need to go this far with the detailing. And you could probably get away with a lot of, like, reuse. And the reason I say to do that is it's the only way you're going to get a high enough resolution where these details maintain. But overall, I think the design's pretty cool. Maybe bevel these. Right? Yeah, bevel that edge. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. Failure at gaming. Dude, me too, man. I can make games, but I'm terrible at playing them. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for all the subs. You guys, I'm going to work on getting those emotes out to you They are going to be offered through Better TV. So if you have that, make sure to enable that in chat. I think it's automatic now. But yeah, I will look into that and get that working as soon as possible. Ah, my face. Ah. All right, guys. I'll check you later. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. Take it in. Enjoy it. All right, later. Oh, yeah, and I'll get the special thanks going here in a second. Thanks again, guys. Have a good weekend.